tonight's talk, The Pristine Mind, Beyond Mindfulness, is the subject of our talk tonight. But I first of all want to introduce Nick Odysseus, who is the Shambhala publications which he runs, is an old friend of the Buddhist Society, going back to when it first began. And Nick has come over here, and I want him to really make the proper introduction. And it's a great thrill for us to have Nick with us. The Shambhala is one of the sort of really leading lights of Buddhism, because it's through books, mainly, that people get to understand or get to their first introduction to the Dharma. And I think, Shambhala has been an enormous service to the Dharma over the years. I met someone at the summer school who read a book that was published by Shambhala, which he found in a second-hand bookshop in the Lake District. And he opened it, and he started to read it, and he thought, this is interesting. The book was published many decades ago, and it brought him to the summer school, a man in his when he'd retired. So these books have their own life, they have their own history. Anyway, without further ado, Nick, it's lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for coming to the Buddhist Society. And I want to give this to you too. That's for the audience. Okay. And this is for... You have to stand on that little dot there. There right. There you go.
Thank you.
And this is for the Zoom.
Got it. And I give this to Rinpoche afterwards? No, I don't need to.
No, I don't think you need.
Okay.
Well, you can try. See, are you mic'd? Yeah, you're mic'd. But you might need that. Yeah. Let's see.
Great. We'll see how this goes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Desmond. So nice to see you all here. I see a couple faces from last night, and I'll be very brief, but wanted to introduce Rinpoche for those of you who don't know too much about him. Rinpoche was trained at the Larangar Academy, which is probably still the largest, Buddhist community in a single place in the world. If you look up pictures of it, if you're not familiar with, it's this vast complex of monks and nuns, yogis and yoginis, Tibetan and Chinese. It's just an amazing place under Jigme Phuntsok Rinpoche, who passed away in 2004. And Rinpoche was one of the first groups to be trained under Jigme Phuntsok Rinpoche, where he spent 9 years there, after which, and did the full training and Kempo degree and all those things. And after that, he was in Nepal for several years teaching at Kaning, Choki Nyima Rinpoche's monastery there. And then in 1994, 1995, was invited by a great Lama Tinley Norba Rinpoche to the US, and has lived there ever since in California, Northern California, in the San Francisco Bay Area. And it's so nice to be here at the Buddhist Society. It's just such an incredible institution that's been going almost 100 years now, and I think very nice to keep this connection going. And with that, I'll hand it over to Rinpoche.
Welcome everyone tonight. Dharma talk, and can you give me the book, and then introduce the book, and therefore welcome for everyone. Good evening. Then I just want to first some meditation prayers. Sang Hui Zo Zen Dok Sarvin Dok Miki Darsacher, Tik Jinda Makini, Jiron Jikten Sing Jikon Chapa. Tom Pamma Karoja Peteron Dalu Pansur Chong. Orgyen Chowang Pami Dombola, Jarinam Turon Shon Henjito. Sanza Hui Shen Yon Dan Zombavi, Pamam Joni Dalu Pansur Chong. Shukenyam Bani Jijang Yons, Ronon Kosun River Star Zopa. Drupchak Don Ming Gombo Long Chemba, Tume Wazar Jaula Surande. Mai Sangi Kongarik Bimi, Trendi Lami Sonson Kantajon, Jambe Hortir, Dersi Kunipa, Ronzum Chuchis on board Jarcherchi. Recton Jumper Juni, Shanlole, Gombe Loni, Poppy, Third Jertur, Long to Chumzo Jamsung out down Chow, Mafun Jayon of their last round. Nichin Rover Sing John comes, Jumper Egyptian and Loyal Larman, Jimmy Pencil Jaw last round, going to Toba poor Shinji Low. Orgyen Chowang Rinpoche, Pamakesar Dombola, Yamson Chokong Utoni, Pamam Johnny Jesset, Kordam Kandu Mombokor, Chichi Jesset, Daughter Chi, Shinji Lapshir Shoso, Ngara Pama City Home. Yeah, thank you everyone to tonight's coming your lecture here. And thank you very much, Buddhist Society. And then also very happy to be in London, first time, many years. It's very happy, everyone speaking. I was France. There's people don't speak English, and I came here, it's very relaxed, and everybody speak English, smile, Therefore, tonight I'm doing introduce the meditation of the beyond and mindfulness. And actually, all meditation go to beyond mindfulness, but I want to talk about today how we can go beyond mindfulness and really experience inside, profound meditation. And then I also write this book, some people know, but this is called Beyond Mindfulness. Actually, we thought first title was Beyond Mindfulness, and then and then whole entire the experience is Pristine Mind. The Beyond Mindfulness is really the topic is mindfulness meditation. There's everyone's doing that. I think then people stop there. And that means there's dead end, some things, and that means you just, meditation is a journey, not just only stop somewhere, journey, therefore, in journey continually. Mindfulness called, there's two different kinds of meditations, object-based meditation, objectless meditation, sometimes formless. The mindfulness most focused on objects. Object means external conditions, breath, or like body sensations, and that's really we are, focus on mindfulness. And first, there are many Buddha taught and other teachings they taught. That really are the beginning, just meditation. You start, be mindful. Just be mindful. That's called. For mindfulness is the mindfulness of body. The mindfulness is, mindfulness body, mindfulness feelings, mindfulness of the consciousness, the mindfulness of reality. They call four mindfulness. Everything's, the mindfulness, this particularly means mindfulness, body means just you pay attention to your body, just observe your body. And that's really the basic of that. But then you go to Mahayana, they call mindfulness, body means you understanding mind is body is emptiness, body is illusion, that's another form of mindfulness. And then the mindfulness reality means all reality is illusion, emptiness, called mindfulness. That mindfulness is a little bit, right now we are talking mindfulness totally different. That's very extraordinary mindfulness. There's mindfulness, ordinary mindfulness, just regular, you pay attention your breath, pay attention your, sensations. But extraordinary mindfulness means mindfulness of everything's illusion, emptiness. But here, I'm talking about this too, but actually mindfulness about beyond going your sensations, just going with your ordinary mind. And that's really here I'm just, they call, what is really go to means objectless meditation. And I think this is two things happen when you do meditating. For example, first, the mindfulness whole entire job is meditation is just achieving calm abiding. When your mind is calm, clear, that's really the mindfulness or goal is. But when you reach enlightenment, free your mind to negative emotions, mindfulness could not do that, they says. Just resting alone cannot. You need to know the nature of emotions. You need to know the nature of mind, and that really gave you freedom. Because you think like anger and jealousy is existent. They're negative, and you believe that way, you could not free them because they are existent there. You cannot have freedom. But the number one, they says that when you anger is, jealousy and unhappiness, all these things are illusions. Really, they're illusions. There's training you how to do that. If you perceive anger and jealousy and unhappiness as illusions, you can free them. They're no longer problematic. They're no longer problematic because all anger, jealousy, all negative emotions because powerful because you think they're powerful. As long as you think they're powerful for you. But if you think they're illusion, they're no longer powerful. How do you perceive the reality? And, many people are like samsara means, positive or negative or suffering, unhappiness. These things are because existent. They're problematic. As long as you have this perspective, you always need to undergo that. But the reality, they call it the natural reality is, when you talk of pristine mind, how to go beyond is, pristine mind is, meditators long time ago, what they did is, how do you see the really, your mind clearly, nature of your mind, they just rest, Padmasambhava says, Guru Rinpoche Padmasambhava says, don't follow past, don't anticipate in future, stay present moment, leave your mind alone. That means you look at your mind and then really, really understand your nature of mind. Really, really understand directly this moment. Most meditators are not just sitting there, but they're looking their mind very clearly. Once you look in mind, you click there. Oh yeah, mind is innately pure awareness. You look at the blue sky, you see the beyond, clouds disappear, you see the blue sky, yeah? You see, oh, that's a direct perception. You see, oh, I know. When clouds disappear and the sky is blue, it's clean, yeah? Similarly, when you say, oh, when I'm meditating, the thoughts, emotions dissipate, then I see meditators experience, you see the anger, sadness is no longer their nature. They just temporary event. They say you see the nature of your mind. That means you go beyond mindfulness. And that means you see the nature of your mind. No one need to tell you. You can experience what it is, what is. And that really is. And then call it the formless meditation or objectless meditation. You're not focused on any object, but you remain in your awareness. Yeah. Therefore, and think this is called directly go beyond mindfulness. As long as you pay attention, always focus external conditions. Then there's your mind is stuck in external conditions. For example, why we use breath, people use breath. If your mind is unstable, then you use breath. When your mind is stable, focus breath is useless. You don't need to do that. Only just beginners, people focus breath and focus sensations. But for example, if you, without focusing, you can mind is stay comfortably, then you don't use breath because breath is useless. But Beginners, they only use breath. They call that, be mindful means be aware, like that. But once you no longer focus breath or any sensations in your body, that means you naturally go to beyond the mindfulness. Therefore, watching breath is very temporary. When you're not familiar meditation, they do that. Once you're familiar meditation, they're pure awareness. That's really when you remain in your pure awareness, that's meditating, doing the meditation. Once you familiar that, when you walk in, or you stay maintain your awareness. And that really are the extraordinary meditation. That's much easier than focused breath. Because focused breath, maybe you lose or you lose again. But awareness, that's it. There is your awareness. Pure awareness, that's who you are. So maintaining who you are is much easier than maintaining something else. The breath is just events, Therefore, what is different is, staying in objectless meditation is a journey. Journey, state object. They say, the more clouds disappear from sky, yes, the more you see the blue sky. Yes. Or you see the cloud like 20% disappear, and then you see the 20% of sky, yeah? 40% clouds that disappear, you see the 40% sky, but you 100% clouds, you see the 100% see the blue sky, yeah? Similarly, the 40% your mental events disappear, you 40% access pure awareness. But 50%, 70%, that's really true meditators' experience. And then there's, I have put this book called Hazy Mind. Hazy mind means, hazy sky, what hazy sky means? You see the sky, but there's hazy. But you wear your awareness, but there's subtle going on. That there's hazy mind. There's hazy mind, there's pristine mind, there's polluted mind. There's many degrees. First, really, really distorted mind. Someone's really angry, really sad, really depressed. They call the distorted mind. The hazy mind is meditator's mind. And then the next level is hazy mind. And the really, the pure mind is the pristine mind. That's really, that's go to the destination. There's no external destination, but the internal. There's destination because path is internal, because when your mind is totally, pristine, then when that's really are the called enlightenment, whatever you call, or like unconditional happiness, or like extraordinary life, Therefore, and that's really are the how to go beyond your mindfulness, Mindfulness right now, they don't talk about nature of your mind. They just only talk breath and external. You can focus food, you can focus sky, you can focus tree. Everything's externalized. And that means they don't. You ignore the mind. Just you external. It's a good beginning, but then you need to come to your consciousness. See what your consciousness is like. And that really, it says, what is your consciousness is, really like, what the fundamental your mind. Then you talk about more beyond mindfulness. What is your thoughts, emotions really exist or not? Then you talk about beyond mindfulness. And mindfulness, people start thinking their thoughts, emotions are negative, problematic, exist in that way. When you go to Dzogchen practice, mindfulness, but they don't believe that. Thought, emotions they have is misperception or like illusion, circumstantial, but they don't exist in your mind. Once you realize thoughts, emotions don't exist in your mind, they're just virtual reality, that means you go beyond mindfulness. Yeah, and this, and that's really, the meditation is first you beginners go object, then go objectless. There's a journey. many people, also they have, I want to say this meditation people, meditations, people told me meditation is difficult, I would tell them, not meditating is more difficult. People say meditation is very difficult. Take medicine is hard. That you're sick, then not meditating, not taking medicine is more hard. Similar, meditation is very hard, but you don't meditating, it's more difficult. Life is more difficult and more complicated, more like delusional experiences, and therefore the meditation mindfulness first is shamatha. The shamathas include mindfulness, include shamatha meditation. We call shamatha, calm abiding meditation. Like same as mindfulness. But the one go beyond means like objectless. I think that's I distinguish objectless meditation. And then, but most fun begins objectless meditation. People say, where's fun begins? Fun begins objectless meditation. But people stop there. That's the problem. That's the end. Like say you see, you want to just come to the London airport, then you went back somewhere. You never saw London. What's really like? You want to see London, but you just arrive airport, and then you go somewhere. Similarly, if you do meditation, just you see the object, less than just stopped. It's like that. Then I was more fun is what's more fun is meditation is actually. More fun is begin is when you realize the thoughts, emotions never exist anywhere. That's more fun begins. Then you are no longer serious. You're just life is become extraordinary, enjoyable. But most people have a hard time at life is because they think their thoughts, emotions exist. I'm ordinary person. This identify. I was telling Nico, we went to subway, and airport. I told him, don't think, we are ordinary, Nico and me, you're going to subway. I said, Bodhisattvas walking in subway. If you have this perspective, then you're more fearless, more, more comfortableness. I told people you need to identify not like yourself, this ordinary person. No, you go airport and then you go, I'm Campbell, I'm going to airport, I'm very anxious. Bodhisattvas cannot be anxious, I have this helped me really last, I'm angry. Then I say, I'm Bodhisattva. Why Bodhisattvas angry? There's no way Bodhisattva, there's no way, we have lose patience. I say, we need, whatever you identify, you feel that. You understand that means? You think you're a loser, you feel loser. You feel you're negative, you're an angry person, you feel angry. But you feel something positive, identifies, say, I'm Bodhisattva, I'm much better than this. I should have fearless, And each time going to, train station or somewhere, crowd, yeah, I'm Bodhisattva, I'm just going under the tunnel, just fearlessly with the kindness, if you think next time, see what you feel. And that's really trick. And then I told people, I was in California, I was telling, you think, you need to identify yourself as yogi or yogini, or like bodhisattva. That has so much benefit. Because then you have uplifting, you have more courageous there. And that really means human beings, we identify very ordinary ways. Why we have ordinary experience? Because we identify ourselves as an ordinary person. Then you have ordinary life and everything's pale, not fun. But it's, if you have, this is not ego, I'm saying bodhisattva, that's help for you. And also, I cannot be egocentric, I'm bodhisattva, yeah? You're bodhisattva, why you have egocentric? Helps every moment. And next time, try. People say, don't try this home, but I say, try this home. Try this home. I train these train stations, and this tube, you can call tube, subway, we call, and go there, I go airport. Just you walk in fearlessly. oh, this small person walking in the airport, I can't believe it's very everything. And then just feel more anxious, yeah? But say, oh, bodhisattvas walking, airport, Bodhisattva means fearless, heroic mind, they call heroic mind. Tirelessly working other people, tirelessly working all, beings. If you have that and the courageous mind comes to your mind, it's no longer fearful. It's, therefore, identify yourself as something practitioner. Not necessarily, you identify Buddhist. I think sometimes that means so many things, Buddhist means many, many things. But you say Bodhisattva is particularly more courageous, I think, mind. A Bodhisattva or whatever you want comfortable. Then, your Vajrayana practitioner, they try to say some yogini. And that's really their focus. And then other ways, whatever you comfortable, that's really important. Just came out, for me, like that. Therefore, and then I want to say here is that identification this way is really antidote, whatever you face. We need to have courageous right now, Courageous mind is very important. Courageous mind is come from called love, compassion, and wisdom. And that's called the courageous mind. Ordinary mind don't have any courageous. The only mind is always fearful. Therefore, I think right now, and this time, after the COVID, really so many people, so much anxiety, fear, so many things going on. I think therefore we need a courageous mind. A courageous mind is, you have principles that your mind is give strength, like love, compassion. I think I recommend love and compassion, and then also appreciation, gratitude. These things are very important, and we need that, because these things create strength between you and others. And therefore, they are the engine of, like almost driving force of your life. If you're missing these things, there's nothing payoff. Even if you have everything, life is a struggle. But love means like, you want everyone be happy. You want that everyone be happy. Everyone has good conditions, and that kind of good heart is called the love. And love is very important. And love then you have become courageous, doing wonderful things. Without love, then people not capable of doing good things. Because why people are doing extraordinary things, helping others, doing voluntary work, many things they call love humanity. That's really, love is a very powerful engine, inspiration. We inspire, it's come from love. That there's no love, there's no inspiration. How much you love, there's a courageous inspiration. Therefore, right now I'm just people, a little bit more inspired, recommend love. This part is called, part 3 is called good heart. I explained here is like, this says meditation is connect to yourself. Love and compassion is connect to others. Meditation is connect to your fundamental nature, yes, your awareness, pure awareness, and then love and compassion is connect others. Therefore, love is very important, and sometimes we can forget, we don't know why it's happened, things are not working, that means we are forgetting love. When we forget in love, then life is, uninspired. Everything, that's really why we uninspired, because we forget love. If you increase love, then inspiration comes. Life will become again, like so joyful, so appreciative, so enjoy other people's company, and really, therefore, you need to enjoy, you increase your love, and then positive emotions are very important. We don't have positive emotions, there's no light. Therefore, love is very important. Love is, there's many meditation practices you can do. One with that, negative emotions automatic, because everyone is always thinking about conditions of negative emotions. For example, angry, they don't come angry automatically because you think someone's doing this bad, negative, you're thinking about that, then it's bad things people do. I don't like this person, telling story, storyline, it creates anger. But we need to do the similar how to love is, like telling stories. Good things people do are wonderful, and then creates love. Love is meditation, and I think everyone has, your child or when old, when you're sick or like normal, if you have developed love, you have become courageous. Courage comes from love is, like you are capable of doing extraordinary things. But you don't have love, there's no who's driving? Where's the drive? There's no enthusiasm. Therefore, love is very wonderful. And my all beings have happiness, conditions happiness, means I want everyone happy. I want everyone has conditions happiness. Oh, one person, you say, I want this person, and then that is called love, and, you just want to, you just have good heart, just want to, just I wish everyone happy. And then if you have this perspective, then that's appear your actions, that's appear your speech. But that's not there. The actions you do is no longer not special, and you say words are no longer special. Therefore, then people don't feel anything. You're not there, because you don't say anything. You don't say anything good signals. But once you have love in your heart, then the actions, whatever you take, is become extraordinary, and whatever your speech is extraordinary, and then people feel that. The people feel that, then there's energy create extraordinary energy. That's really come from love. And the second is compassion. Compassion means you don't want to suffer anyone. I want free, suffering everyone. And then just your goal is this life, I don't want to hurt anyone. Yeah. Right now, people are saying opposite. They want to hurt many different ways. People's reputation, people take you down, people, many different things. Then we do that. Then it come from negative thoughts. But you have compassion means you want. If you cannot help anyone, but you cannot harm anyone. If you don't, I want everyone free from causes of suffering, conditions of suffering. You care about that. It's called compassion, and then compassion, love, and then appreciation. Appreciation means like that's another. Appreciate means you appreciate people's work, and then and people. Today is a beautiful day, and then you appreciate the people. You go to dinner and everything appreciation. Then their life become extraordinary. If you don't appreciate even the whole entire world you own, you don't have any satisfaction, because appreciation makes, that's really, world is become powerful. But no appreciate, then everything you have, no power. Therefore, appreciation and gratitude, these things are, I think, very important after the pandemic, and that's really restored, all energies come together. This fourth thing, love and compassion, appreciation, gratitude. And that's really important. If you try, see what's like, experience. And then that's hard, this good hard part. If you have this, then you doing the right thing, you said right words, and there's between you and other people have very good connection. And then wonderful things happen. People, we cannot survive individually. We need to work to get other people. That means you work other people, you always other people, then what are the best way to create positive energy, extraordinary energy? These four, love and compassion, gratitude, appreciation, they call fairness, and all these things, helpfulness, all these things create extraordinary energy between humans, and that's really the best way. But other things, anger or jealousy, all these things can destroy all energies. And hatred is the worst. Therefore, I want to say that's part of the called, there's this pristine mind has 3 different practices. First is called realization. Second is called meditation. Third is called a good heart. Realization is the other thing is one is important. I think everybody before you die, the project is everyone is realize the nature of your mind is very important. Realize means really know what's really are. I think therefore we have obligation, we need to know who you are, what your nature is, what your fundamental, is your consciousness fundamentally good or bad, or positive or negative. If you know that, I think you found amazing things. If you know nature of mind, you're never going to depress, because that's really, mostly people unhappy, depressed means they think there's something going on wrong with me, yeah? If you say something wrong with me, that means that's really the, how do you say, the source unhappiness. Then it's slowly there's called a snowball fail, just become more reinforced that then people go depression or unhappiness or like that, and something's wrong with me, yeah? The pristine mind is opposite. There's something great with me. How do you say? There's something wonderful with me. There's something extraordinary with me. If you have this perspective, there's no reason you have unhappiness or depression. The pristine mind, that really, I always, like it's called realization. Your mind is pristine. They call that's panacea. Panacea kill hundreds of mental emotional distortions, because that alone says my true nature is fundamentally good, but unhappiness, sadness is just temporary. Yeah. That alone is $1 million price there. Really, and that's really called realization of your pristine mind. Your mind is, it's not talk about religion, not talk about philosophy, and talk about what is your mind. Look in your mind, what do you see? Like 10 minutes, like 20 minutes, the guided meditations, 20 minutes you see, look at what you see, and there's the Dzogchen is, guiding to your awareness, what's fundamentally are, And then you see, wow, yes, I know. Today I meditate in my meditation. The conclusion is my mind is actually beautiful, fundamentally wonderful. And today I did my conclusions, same thing. I always arrive the same place. And therefore, knowing your human consciousness is extraordinary and beautiful, pristine, is the life-changing experience. Life-changing experience. Many meditators, they're called Vajra songs, they talk about that. These meditations, Vajra songs means talk about their songs of happiness. Happiness is, they say, songs of happiness. I'm very happy. I realize my mind is pristine. I'm very happy. The sadness is temporary, and then everything's just not real. And these things, they're really, they come extraordinary happiness for them. And that's what we call it the Vajra songs. And there are many methods, like Malaripa has Vajra songs, Hongchen, but there's many Vajra songs. And these Vajra songs is talk about their meditation experience, the extraordinary happiness. It's not come from external conditions. They come from within your awareness. Because this is true. This is true eyewitness statement. If you have no thoughts, there's no unhappiness. Your mind is totally fine. But most unhappiness, anxiety, fears come from your own thoughts. If someone says, I don't have my mind is clear, and then you're 24 hours fun, there's no reason to be angry or sad, jealousy. You don't have this experience because all they come from thinking of mind. Mind's interpreted a negative way. There's no clouds, there's no rain, yeah? There's no rain, maybe England, I'm teasing. Yeah. And therefore, if you have, all ordinary thoughts are dissipating your mind, like 70, 80% your mental, emotional difficulties disappear with that. You see, you're losing weight, for example, your body much healthy, you're losing fat, many things disappear, they say, And similarly, the most like 70, 80 thoughts, emotions are not useful or, not useful and also unnecessary. 70%. We don't need many, something make you worry, something make you angry thoughts, something make you jealousy thoughts, all these things we don't need, but we don't know how to get rid of these things. And something make you stress all the time. But the meditation, number one, they clean up, they cleanse everything. Because I think I noticed that meditation is not just only clean conscious thoughts, they almost feel subconscious thoughts that disappear, look like during the meditation. Therefore, it's very important. First is knowing meditation. There's two different kinds of meditations I describe in this. One is object-based meditation. You focus object. For example, let's say, this is like, for example, like this, object here. The first meditation is you look at this, and this sometimes the Buddha's forehead, they focus here. Buddha's forehead, there's some, like circle, Or there's the Bardu teaching says you look at anything. Like, for example, if you sit like here and just look, just stay with that. Mind is stay with that. The glass, one glass. And you have glass thought. Then 90% your mind is, the thoughts are no longer there because you just only see the glass, And that means shamatha meditation means focus one object. And focus object. They just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. First you say you train 5 minutes. Say, just focus this 5 minutes. And then maybe challenge it. Let's say you're a very beginner, focus 5 minutes. And then you do today and live on. But later today, 1 or 2 hours later, 5 minutes for you easy, Then you move to 10 minutes. Then to move to like 20 minutes, more easy. You should not do like 20, 40 minutes, meditation. You're a beginner. The beginners always do this is multiple sessions, short time, very short time, then multiple sessions are recommended, usually. If you failure this area 5 minutes, then you fail your big picture. Don't go, see first, first you can do 5 minutes or not. I think many people maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You can have 5 minutes good session, that means very good. And when you focus that, just stay with that, that's really called. And then certain point, like you have 40 minutes, 45 minutes, at certain point maybe without focus this, you can mind is stable. Cool. That means you don't need focus of this object, mind is stable. You can, remaining, I just stay here, my mind is just like mountain. And then you can go to the objectless meditation after that. But it's very hard to, many people, suddenly go to objectless meditation, but the Dzogchen styles in Zen, they're also that way, suddenly go to pure awareness, but you can do, but this is helpful first. But this is, and therefore there are two different ways you can go. Suddenly, just stay pure awareness. The Dzogchen is, stay pure awareness, and that's really also good. But it's, I noticed I was training students, university and students I went to training, they cannot do 5 minutes first. We did two days meditation style first, difficult, but in the 2 days, they can do 25 minutes. 25 minutes they can. That's even in 2 days, if you have the right technique. Therefore, actually, just stay here. If you say water and glass, that's not a big deal, no problem. If you say, oh, you go to office and then you go to past and future, then you lost your meditation. But just glass is not a big deal. Or glass, this water, don't hinder your meditation, still you're present. And then once you did this meditation, and then go to, you can stay without focus anything, you can just sit like this. And then that means setting your awareness. Just setting your awareness. Your awareness is all the time here, yeah? Just sitting with your awareness. Once you sit in with your awareness, naturally, and your thoughts, emotions disappear from your mind. They dissipate one by one. Once your thoughts, emotions dissipate your one, then you really see after that, really experience is your unfabricated awareness. And then you say everything settles, man, everything settles, all dust, thoughts, emotions, everything settles, none. And then you where is totally different awareness, totally different mind than this complicated mind. And then you see, oh yeah. Then you say, I know, when mind is undisturbed, then you undisturbed, unplugged mind is totally different than disturbed mind. Where 24 hours mind is disturbed, there's no way. If you disturb, you cannot see the nature of consciousness. I have before I have an introduction, I have there's called snow globe, there's fog globe. There's San Francisco is a very beautiful globe, fog. And then everything you cannot see, and then you put like that, everything's clean, but you do this and everything's fog. But you just leave alone, then everything settled down, you see the real, water. Similarly, if your mind is stir up, then you don't see the nature of your consciousness, just stir up. But everything settled down, your thoughts, emotions settled down, everything dissipate. And then after that, you experience it, that's the genuine mind. That's called, Dzogchen is introduced nature. Yeah, oh yeah, I know my mind. And that really are experiences, such extraordinary, life-changing experience. You see that, then life is completely changed, and there's no way have any disturbs. And then when your mind is, it's beautiful, extraordinary, and then thoughts appear. You know how to think, oh wow, thoughts just events, almost fireworks in the sky. Thoughts, emotions are like fireworks in the sky, yeah? And then you perceive that way. It's sometimes beautiful. And then also they never exist in your consciousness. All these things, people's experience. It's not like you're projecting. Don't say, you think that way, but you perceive that way. And that's totally different than you think that. It's not thinking, but when you meditate in this experience, they all, is all beyond a mindfulness experience. And their meditation is not, it's experience. And you see, when your mind is disturbed, what do you experienced? When your mind is calmed down, pristine, what do you experienced? It's totally different. And seeing that experience is called Dzogchen, realization of nature of mind, nature of consciousness. And then after that, slowly, you see thoughts appear in your mind, angry, sadness appear in your mind. Sometimes you laugh because you're angry, but same time your mind is pristine. You laugh, I can't believe I'm angry, but I know my mind is pristine. You have this response many times. I know I'm sad, but I know it's, yeah, today's raining hard, but I know sky is blue, same similar. It's very important for the happiness of, and you live, I think happiness, external condition is only 20%. I think 20% we get, but happiness of your mind is 80%. When your mind is extraordinary, just life get extraordinary. I was teasing people, because I'm doing meditation because I want to enjoy my life. Wrong way to say it. That without meditation you could not enjoy it. Your mind is ruthless. Anything you do, they undermines. I don't know. Everybody's mind is similar. Yeah. And then one way I would say, I teach in California. I teach you how to enjoy life. That's where I teach people how to enjoy life. That's really, and it's, of course, that's really, say, if you make fire, smoke comes automatically, yeah? This says, if you have trained your mind extraordinary way, and then the joy comes like that. Because you have no negative thoughts, then mind is joyful, yeah? Mind is joy. I see, one way I was telling me, there are many different ways to define, good meditation. You're a good Dharma practitioner, meditator. You're a really compassionate person. One way to define a good heart, and the other way you're defining, you're doing lots of practices, many different ways. The other ways you define, you have peace mind. The other ways you define, you have joyful mind. Because joyful mind is sign of there's no ego, there's no hopes and fears, there's no negative thoughts, emotions no longer there, then it's joyful. There are many different ways, define, a good practitioner. Therefore, I think people, even they are not looking enlightenment as, I think, good life. I think we need all have is a good life, yeah, and extraordinary. We have life, then just ordinary life is struggle is not good. But if you want to seek in ordinary life, the meditation is the best way so far. I can say that I stay in U.S. I can say anywhere I can do that. I can go to universities. I can talk to psychology people. I know many psychologists. Many of my students are psychologists. San Francisco. They treat. They say they treat through these introductions. They say this is working, and then I talk to many different people, but really the best source about extraordinary life is training your mind. That's really the best. But conditions, I was telling last night also, conditions, if you don't have the right mind, conditions really don't work really. Even you have good conditions, many famous people have good conditions, yeah? Hollywood movie star, but that they're not happy, they say. They're really difficult. Rock stars, there are many drug overdose, many people die that way because it's difficult. But you have the right mind, no matter what. You have good conditions, you are bad, you can handle everything. And therefore, I think, therefore, and England, in ancient world, but we are not talking about, I'm not talking religious anything particularly, and doctrinate anything. I'm just talking about mind, pristine mind. Therefore, I think if you really want to be extraordinary life and see your consciousness, and then you need to practice meditation, and it's extraordinary. I was try to many years do the meditation, especially pristine like Dzogchen meditation. It gave me strength, fearlessness, especially when my mind is upset. There's nothing, no other conditions that won't help. Then I do meditation. When I've said, Pamma Sambhava says, don't follow. Pamma Sambhava and Guru Rinpoche says two different words. You want a clear mind, do this. If your mind is upset, sad, angry, he says, don't follow path. That's really reason we are upset, yeah? don't follow past. And we are worried because we don't anticipate in future, because we anticipate in future, yeah? That's we are worried. He says, when your mind is upset, don't follow past, don't anticipate in future. Stay present moment, leave your mind alone. He says, then everything is free. All thoughts, emotions, free, disappear that moment because they're conditional. And that's really, that technique I use. And then technique few minutes and my mind is clear. And we do many times. And Dzogchen, that is called self-liberation. Liberate its thought itself, And and then I think that's really, I just want to come here. It's just not only talk, but I inspire you. My job is inspire you to continually practice meditation of Dharma. And England is very, I think everyone needs right now is meditation, Dharma. Everyone. We need to realize, everybody encourage, because this really help. This is really helpful. I can tell you, I guarantee you. Guarantee you? Guarantee, yeah. If you do this properly, and your life can be extraordinary. Everything's mind training and meditation, and then perception, perception. And this is really happening right now. What's really happening right now? What are this? The 95% positive people don't see, but 5% negative people see. And then this called a term negativity bias, yeah? Negativity bias means someone has bias, negative, only small they see, and then 95 positive they don't see. That's really reason people are suffering. People are conflict, but people don't see it because schools and news media, every teach you to see the negative things, ignore the positive things. That's really there. Therefore, modern world is completely, future is very dangerous because we see everything. Why people are unhappy? They see is negative things. Why angry come from negative things? See, sadness come from see negative things. That means world is produce tremendous causes unhappiness. They produce deliberately. The news media is good, but people are good. That's really doing both. U.S., I think UK has followed that. And that means, everybody suffer the result. Result, that's huge suffering. But we see, we also see the not just only negative, but see the positive, then changing everything. Then, I said there's some negative, but I also say some positive. That's really, there is, world is not perfect, but people think world is perfect. Then people are frustrated why world is not perfect. That's really fighting. And they're very angry, but world is 1,000 years not perfect. And then that's really, we need, once you realize that, then you feel fun. They're peace with that. But people are thinking world is perfect, I really don't like, and then I hate, I want to fix samsara, because I want to fix no one can fix samsara, yeah. That's my mantra, no one can fix samsara. Therefore, I think that's really reason, everybody hope, see the positive sides, individual people or country, and that's really we need to train. That's really the meditators, Dharma people, job is very important, to see the positive side, and once you see the positive side, there's love appears, there's joy appears, there's some happiness appears, everything appears. But you don't see that, then they all disappear. Because people don't unhappy, because why? Because their perception is so twisted that they don't feel any happiness, joy, contentment. Is perception. Two people see two different, stay at the same place, but two different experience. One see the positive things, the other see negative things. Whatever you see is, you experience that. Therefore, I hope England can also still people maintain our meditation practice. Don't someone's not my place. Something's okay. And therefore, I'm very happy to come here also introduce and mainly inspire you to, continue to lead meditation. Therefore, I see there's hope. There is hope, inspiration, and I'm doing meditation of Dharma. I don't know what's going on in England, and therefore, people inspire you. Need to inspire your friends and everyone to continue doing meditation, reading the, change your perception. And there's Zen, Dzogchen, Vajrayana, Theravada. There are many different things, but you have found, and I can see, and changing before we die, we can maybe understanding our nature of mind, experience that. It's very huge, extraordinary. Therefore, I want to say that, I'm very happy to introduce that, and also happy to inspire you to continue to lead meditation or Dharma is very important. That's what I want to say. Thank you very much. And then you have any questions we can have? Yes.
Thank you for a lovely talk.
Oh, thank you very much.
It was very inspiring.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes.
Any questions from the audience?
Yes.
Thank you for changing. Could you say something about how best to be with somebody who's dying from the perspective of pristine mind?
Yeah, perspective, pristine mind. I always say, I always go to the people that depend on how much familiar, like the dying person is the Dharma or meditation practitioner, and or not. That's really determined.
The person that I tomorrow night I have to travel to be with my mother's husband.
He has some connection with Dharma or not?
No.
No, then just I think be calm, relaxed with him. I think that person just, I think he's open. Then you can do some, sometimes here you can read some Pristine Mind. This, there's you can accept. There's also a guidance to not. It's very easy to relax. You can see that there's some section dying with Pristine Mind. See, that's easy to fall. And this actually, non-Buddhist people can connect. This is not talk about, it's just everything's mind. And then just how to relax and just read that part. And then after that, you know how to pour like that. And after you, without separate, you can do that. Or prayer, anything after that.
You think it's a good thing to do traditional Buddhist prayers, even if the person isn't?
Yeah, of course. Any prayer is very good, yes. And not front, you say some other, you can your own room, you can do that, yeah. Yeah, it's very recommended because all prayers is best wishes. Therefore, sometimes people, they cannot do anything. There's, I know many people, I always go to see people dying. The family don't have they don't know how to do anything. Anything they do very much appreciate sometimes. Because there's someone's doing something there. Okay? Thank you very much.
We have the book downstairs, and there will be signing the book.
People have books already, but yeah.
So that it would use.
I've got a question. Do you have the book on digital format as well, or is?
There's audio book in Amazon.
Okay.
Ebook, yes, there's ebook and audio book. Yeah, they have that. But yeah, there's. I signed last night books, but people maybe bought last night. You have also, if you like, I can sign later, and we go down. And then you have any other questions? Yes, thank you.
Thank you for your talk. How do you encourage people in their meditation to move beyond, or even desire to go beyond mindfulness?
I think that means you need to teach them it's beyond mindfulness. You need how to go, goes form to formless guide first place there already, then continue doing like Dzogchen or Mahamudra or like that kind teaching is to go beyond mindfulness real traditionally, inspire them, very easy way to explanation. I think, it's very important that, that's really our, that's usually Dzogchen, Mahamudra, the both is beyond mindfulness, and Zen also similar thing.
I find many people just want that immediate comfort without wanting to actually find out who they are.
Yeah, I think modern world is really, easy to, everything's commercial. And I was there, if I'm doing that, for everyone. Most people don't know the Dzogchen of Mahamudra, and then they don't get any test, they're never interested. That's how it works, so everything, Therefore, you give a little bit test, a little bit, like sample. You say, you go to places, you say, you want to eat, then you get there, eat, you sample, and then you do that. Similar, you have, read something like this, can inspire to read a little bit experience, a little bit say, oh, there's then slowly, once they're interested in that, then go to slowly to the, I think we need to have very practical Dzogchen and Mahamudra, we need to invent, do that right now, but ancient times, there people have different, I think there's called Dharma bureaucracy. Bureaucracy, bureaucracy. There's some, oh, you need to finish this, and then you need to finish that, you understand? There's regulations so much, but most regulations I thought unnecessary. But I think there's, you go to, California, I was living in California, there's so, you build a house, there's so much. There's regulation, you cannot get the house done. Similar, sometimes there's Dharma regulations, you cannot get there, it's very hard to people, you do this practice. But we need to give test, I think, people. Therefore, I was thinking, people are suffering, Many go through, and people need inspiration, they need something right now. I think that's compassion. Yes, please.
Yes. Looking into Dzogchen, right? If you're going to practice Dzogchen, it's recommended that you first off you do the non-pro practices. Yeah, non-pro.
Yeah, that's traditional. Yeah, there's.
And then you find that a few books that I've picked up, there've been like restricted texts on the subject of Dzogchen.
Yeah, I think so, and that really reason. I think therefore I did this, first start this, then it's Ngondo, but really you go to Takcho Torgar, they call main Dzogchen teachings, the requirement of the Ngondo. But I think there's, I will look at, that's like past like almost 300-400 years ago, but ancient times not like that, look like 800 years, Longchenpa time is a little bit more at their texts. I was researching what's ancient times teaching Dzogchen, but doing Ngondo is almost like 300-400 years story. Before that is a little bit totally different. And I want to research that done. I want to research all ancient manuals, how they teach Dzogchen. Then like past 300 years is totally different. Past 300 is more regulations there, then developed, and then when Longchenpa's time, they have practice, but more simple, more it's like I noticed, maybe I look at the ancient texts, Longchenpa's texts, and then Longchenpa don't have Ngondo at that time, Longchenpa time. Only Longchen Yingti Jingmei start, then it's Longchen Yingti Ngondo Jingmei starts. Before that is totally different. Even before like Ngaro Rinpoche time is a little bit more different. They don't do Ngondo at all, look like it's totally different. I always thought I want to research this, all these texts put together, what that time did, what people did, and what happened, and then thought I want to research all these things, and then I see, what is we can do modern world. It's, we little bit more copy ancient world, then not like past few hundred years, maybe go back maybe 700 years, and then therefore people easy to access, these teachings, and very, very precious teachings. because these teachings are very still live. Not just only the text is alive, but the tradition is really live, how to practice, like really, really live. And therefore, and it's very precious, it's this very preciousness changing people's life. Thank you.
I think people have lost trust in the institutions. I think there's a lot of failure of belief in our culture. There's a tremendous underlying lack of confidence in what we are and what we produce. But the thing about the Dharma in general, in particular in Dzogchen, it points directly to that thing that is, bright and optimistic and full of hope and strength and power and energy. It's what our culture needs, and then we can distinguish what's good, and we can leave the things that should be valued, things that we can discard. And it gives us gratitude for this incredible, liberal democracies have so much to offer, but they're really under threat now, from within more than anything. And that's the pessimism, the pessimism that's in our culture. And this sort of thing creates a huge difference.
Yes, we need inspired, we need opposite, we need inspired, we need joyful, we have come together. I think this is wonderful. Thank you. Then I think we are finished today, yeah?
Yes.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you very much.
I hope you'll come again.
Yes, definitely. I want to come back in England. It's very good. I just the first time come. I hope people have more. I just want inspired people too, and I just therefore continually journey into the path. That's really my I want to come here just inspiration, and I think it's a really I'm very inspired actually, no more than before, because I was before I came to here September beginning, we did 5 days retreat of this. People actually it's very extraordinary, and therefore I have just experimented, see what's like 5-day retreat. People are inspired because they says this too. You focus negative things, you experience negative things. You focus ordinary things, you experience ordinary. But you focus extraordinary things, you experience extraordinary things. That's really true. That's really, and 5 days you just focus extraordinary and you become extraordinary. Whatever you focus, you experience that. That's really almost like common sense, And the 5 days means we are doing meditation, we are doing Vajra songs. They call words are very powerful, Words, if you use continue negative words, you become angry or upset. But you use continually positive words and impact that. But you use extraordinary words, then you have extraordinary experience. Therefore, 3 powers. One is whatever you see is very powerful. The other is whatever you hear is powerful. And what you're thinking is powerful. Therefore, when you do meditation, seeing extraordinary things, they hear extraordinary words, we translate it to, and then meditating, thinking extraordinary things, these 3 different powers, and do longer periods of time, and people feel extraordinary. And that's really an almost scientific way, how you feel in. And that's really, I inspired to feel confidently say, this is extraordinary, That's really, and then I hope, England here have experienced extraordinary. That's my wishes, best wishes. Okay, again, thank you.